Hi, welcome to day one of the second annual Acting and Modeling Success Summit for 2013. My name is Joel Mark Witt. I'm the producer of this event, and we're excited you're with us today. I'd like to introduce you to our host and the creator of the Acting and Modeling Success Summit, Aaron Marcus. Aaron is America's premier acting and commercial modeling career coach. He's also a top-selling author and the founder of HowToModel.com, one of Google's top-ranked acting and modeling career sites. Aaron has been a full-time actor and commercial model for over 27 years. To date, he's been cast 1,197 times. You've seen Aaron in projects such as Burn After Reading, Law & Order: Criminal Intent, The West Wing, Crybaby, America's Most Wanted, Molson Beer, McDonald's, Kmart, A Modest Suggestion, HBO's The Wire, Disney World, and you'll be able to see him in a scene with Judi Dench in her new movie, Philomena. Aaron has also appeared in print ads throughout the United States, Europe, the Netherlands, and Asia. He's written what many consider the most important book for commercial modeling, entitled How to Become a Successful Commercial Model, now in its 5th edition. Aaron also writes and publishes the Tear Sheet newsletter, a quarterly commercial modeling and acting newsletter. He's given over 500 workshops in 4 countries, and also offers monthly online workshops for actors and models, as well as private one-on-one online coaching sessions. Aaron, we are excited to start the summit today.
Hey, thank you so much, Joel. Let me tell you, I am so excited. Today is finally here. This has been a 5-month process of putting together this unbelievable 2-day success summit. Let me just tell you, I can't believe how many. We have nearly 30 guest speakers who are going to be talking to you and sharing information with you about everything from, and let me just tell you about today. Today we've got, I think there are 16 interviews that you're going to be hearing, and you are going to learn everything from how to work on Broadway, how to get cast in a TV show, how to do TV commercials, how to get commercial modeling work, putting together a great headshot, memorizing scripts, moving your kids to Los Angeles, and so much more. Look, let me just tell you, the reason why I am doing this is because when I first got started, it was really hard for me. I knew nothing about the industry. I knew nobody in the industry. And basically, I did things by trial and error. And I was fortunate that some of the things that I did worked out pretty well. And there were a number of errors also. And without a doubt, I was spinning my wheels. Sometimes I spent my money in areas that probably didn't need to, wasn't the best way to go. But I didn't have anybody to turn to say, how do I do this? What should I do? And I know that things are different today. You can go online and you can look things up and you can read about how to put together a great headshot. But you know what? There's a big difference between just reading something online and having a headshot photographer like Joe Henson, who has shot over 16,000 actors and personalities, and have him explain to you how to go about doing this. There's no comparison. And I had said to myself very early on, especially when things were a little rough, if I have success in this industry, I made a promise. I want to help other people so that other people don't have to go through what I did. They don't have to just kind of run around aimlessly, not knowing what to do next. And so I find that this is going to be an incredible opportunity for everybody, whether this is something where you're just getting started, whether you've already had a lot of experience but you really want to know how to get more work. Maybe you want to venture into another part of the industry and this is another opportunity. I want to be able to give back to people, and that's why I made this absolutely free to attend. Look, you guys are here, and I also want to say congratulations to you. I mean, there are a lot of people who talk about, they want to be an actor, they want to be a model, but they don't necessarily do anything to make that happen. This is your first step. You are going to be guided and informed by some of the most established people in the industry. Actually, we have over 500 hours combined of years of experience in the industry with our guest speakers here. And one of the things that I think is really important is how to get the most out of today. Like it's going to be a very long day. And like I said, I'm very excited about getting started here. Here are a couple of recommendations. Number one, don't dismiss some of the guest speakers because you're not really thinking about going into that area of the industry. You might find that maybe you really weren't thinking about doing something, but then you hear somebody talk about it and it might ring some bells for you and make you think, oh, hey, well, maybe, here, let me give you a perfect example. We got a great makeup artist. And some of you might be thinking, like, I'm an actor, I'm a model, I'm really not interested in becoming a makeup artist. But who knows? You might listen to Gene and all of a sudden you might think, you know what, that might be interesting. So don't dismiss any of the guest speakers just because you weren't initially thinking about going into that area of the industry. The other thing too is have lots of paper. Make sure you've got a couple of pens, or if you want to do everything on your keyboard, however you want to do it, take a lot of notes. There is going to be so much information flying throughout the day today, and you want to be writing down everything you possibly can. And if you can't stick around for the entire day, believe me, I understand. You can always come back tomorrow, and there'll be tons of other industry professionals there as well. A couple of other things that I just wanted to share with you just to kind of start the day off is, people talk about competition in the industry. And the way that I view it is I have no competition. I'm not competing with anybody. And I'm not saying that because I think I'm so special, I think I'm so talented. Of course, I'm not competing with anybody. I feel the same way about you as well. You're not competing with anybody. Everybody has something unique. Everybody has something special to offer. And as a matter of fact, one of the guest speakers today is going to be talking about how to figure out your type. And that is so crucial to understand who you are and use your strength. Don't compare yourself to other people. Don't try to, emulate and copy other people. Those people already have their thing. You have your own history. You have your own special skills. You bring something to the table that nobody else does. And that's what you want to figure out. That's the way you want to present yourself to the industry. And that's how you're going to have real success. So take your time here. Take lots of notes. Just so that we're going to be taking short breaks between every guest speaker. So if you need to run out for a second, you can and come back, and you're not going to miss anything. But the key thing is I find that when I surround myself with people who also like to share information, people who like to help other people, it's a great way to run your business. I know we talk about the acting and modeling industry as sometimes being a very cutthroat kind of business, and people, you hear just horrible stories of people lying, people do anything they can to get the job, and things like that. And of course that does happen. There are people who run their business that way. But let me just tell you, you can be a nice person. You can be a good human being. You can be very helpful to other people and still have tremendous success in this industry. And that's the way that I like to run things. And so just so that you understand, once today is over and once tomorrow's session is done, I am still going to be around to try to help you. Right below me, you will see a box where you can type in your question. Now, I do have a limited amount of time where I can ask questions to all my guests, but if you send in your question, at the very end of the day, I will stick around as long as I possibly can, and I will try to answer any questions that you're sending in. And the other thing too, just to keep in mind, is even when these 2 days are over and you have a question, you can always write to me. You can find me on my website at howtomodel.com. You can ask me questions on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/how to model. If it's on Twitter, it's just twitter.com /Aaron R. Marcus. And feel free to ask me any questions that you have. And look, I can't guarantee I'm going to be able to answer your questions, but I will do my best at trying to do that, or at least try to point you in the right direction. But I guess the key thing is it's really helpful to have a strong network, to have people in your life who can help, help you in any way possible. And to me, that feels like a really nice way to run my business. And that's why, like I said, I like to surround myself with people who think the same way. So, sit back, really take in everything that is being said today, take tons of notes, and just also keep in mind, you don't have to rush into things. If you're just getting started and you're thinking, well, I want to find an agent right away. Well, maybe it's better that you listen to the guest speakers, you take their advice, you start working on getting your materials together, you figure out what's the best approach for you, and then start contacting the industry professionals. Because the reality is, sometimes you only get one opportunity to meet somebody and you want to make a great impression. So, if you can't do it, tomorrow or or the next day, that's okay. Take your time with this stuff. It took me 4 years before I felt that I was ready to start approaching New York. I mean, I spent 2 years working part-time as a college student. And then I spent 2 years working full-time. And then I felt like I was at a place where my headshot was strong, my resume was good, my composite sheet was really powerful, and I felt like, you know what, I'm ready to go to New York now. I'm ready to start knocking on doors there. And I know that if I got there too early, it really wouldn't have been great for me because I just wasn't quite ready. So don't feel like you've got to rush into things. Take this information, practice it, study it. And once again, feel free to use me as somebody that you can contact for questions, or maybe there's some other people who are close to you that you feel comfortable in asking questions to. So anyhow, I am really excited about today. I can't wait to get started. We are going to take a very, very short break, and then we're going to get started with our first guest. So anyhow, see you really soon.